What is going on, everybody? King Friday here. I hope you're having an amazing day today. I'm here again at the JB&A National Sales Meeting 2024 in beautiful Sonoma. This is our last day of shooting, but I've brought a friend here from Panopto, Gurjeet Nijjar.
Yeah.
So good to have you here.
Nice to meet you, Jordan.
Absolutely. Yeah. We had great time at dinner last night talking Panopto and all the cool things that are happening. So I'm excited to be here to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell me, so for people that may not understand exactly what Panopto is, might have a little bit of experience here and there, but just tell us what Panopto is, who you guys are, what you do.
Yeah, let me give you a little bit of background and context. So Panopto was created in 2007, so we've been around for, what is that now, almost 17 years. We have
is it that far? Oh my gosh, my day got worse.
We have over 200 employees and we serve 10 million users across 60 different countries. So we're a video management system. Ultimately what we do and allow companies, both on an education side and a corporation side to do is we help record, store, and deliver video. Okay. And so we have a searching capability within the product. So once we ingest that video, we're able to automatically transcribe any written or spoken text within the video. Someone can go search for that exact key phrase at any time. I'll talk to you a little bit about the different sectors that we serve, but that's ultimately what we do today.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys are really sort of supercharging all of your content to be more searchable, more, and to be able to inform people a lot more than just the content itself. Make it searchable, make it, just give it a lot more value, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Think about your everyday at home when you're thinking about how do I fix a faucet, right? What are you doing? Usually you'd go to Google and you start reading through a WikiHow page. Now you're going to YouTube, you're going to TikTok, you're looking for video to help teach you that because you get the knowledge faster and you get to the exact point that you want to get to. And that's ultimately what Panopto's doing for those companies.
That's incredible.
Yep.
Nice. So what are the types of companies that are using this, the sort of verticals that are using Panopto right now that you see?
Yeah, we have two different tracks. So one is in the education space. Okay. Primarily, we are a lecture capture use case for these educations where these institutions have professors that are going in, they have these classrooms, and in these classrooms they're able to go and do their lecture and everything is automated for them. So it's automatically recorded and then it's delivered to the student in an LMS. Okay. So if a student missed a class, needs to go back and listen to a lecture, they're able to easily go into their LMS and search for exactly what they need and they can go find that content. And we're a leading video management system in that space. A very known brand. Probably any university probably knows about Panopto, which is awesome. And then on the corporate side, we are helping companies do knowledge share or how to. So exactly how I was talking about what do you do when you need to go search for a how-to instructional video. We work with any industry, and I'll give you a couple examples here. So like in the aviation space or in an airline where they have these technicians working in the hangars. In the past, they would go and look at this long 20-minute manual, how do I replace this tire part? Now they have 2-minute TikTok videos that are hosted like in Panopto where they can go search for that part and they can quickly go and see exactly what they need to do, saving them time and saving the company a lot of money in the delays that they may have if their technician was going through a manual. So we serve two different segments. EDU being our primary, but there's a lot of innovation and a lot of video being adopted in the corporation space that we're super excited about.
I think that's awesome. I think probably a lot of our resellers are used to the education concept, or the use case of Panopto specifically in the education space, but they might not always think of it in internal comms situations, that it's like, we have a certain amount of a knowledge base, knowledge set that we need to bestow upon our employees and have available for them. But again, you guys are just supercharging that content to say, instead of just go here on our YouTube channel or I'll email you the video, it's like it's an entire product that's ready made for this, essentially in corporate. That's awesome.
Yeah, video can be mission critical for a lot of these organizations, right? You think of this concept of like one to many, where these people are not working in one office together, right? So if you and I were working at a tech company, we're sitting next to each other, I have a question, I can easily ask you a question. Now, if you're working for a utilities company, you're actually on the job, you can't just ask someone right next to you, what do I do, right?
Exactly.
You work at a retailer and you need help with a POS system to be able to fix it. you need access to some sort of knowledge to be able to do that, right? And so the challenge that a lot of these corporations have is how do you deliver that much knowledge in a scalable way that's easily accessible? And that is a challenge that all these corporations are facing today, because there's just so much information that lives there, content, different videos, and it's really hard to find, and we're helping kind of enable that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So what are you most excited about? Everybody is, sort of right now, it's right before NAB. A lot of people are, sort of racing to the finish to get those new features out, those types of things. What are the things that you're most excited about for Panopto right now?
Yeah, two things. One, AI. I know everyone's talking about it.
Oh yeah, that's on everybody's lips right now. Absolutely.
I like to think that Panopto's already had AI functionality through our search, but we are going to do a lot of stuff around AI, things like generative AI, where you can ask a question and we'll probably formulate an answer and then give you the supporting content. We'll do AI around helping you with your videos and making the quality of the video better, removing the ums. I say a lot.
So do I.
as well as the second piece, which I'm really excited about, is we're focusing now more on the creator. So we do really well with the end user experience. End users love using the product and never fails them. One area that we're super focused on is the creator side, the people that are actually creating the content, getting them the data and analytics for them to understand, how is my video doing? Where are people dropping off? How are they engaging? And giving them proactive insights. We already provide analytics, but we're going to focus more on enabling them to be better content creators and create more relevant content. So those are the two things I'm super excited about within just Panopto and the innovation that we're doing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
No, and I think this is really valuable, again, to our resellers, that they might have a little bit of experience with it, but then to also be able to see it is like what's on the horizon for you guys, that you're adopting for AI, you're adopting potentially a creator mindset, specifically. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Is it possible to see the product today?
Of course.
Can we talk about that? Are you going to talk about it?
No, I'll have Jordan Squared do it.
Okay. Awesome. That sounds great. Gurjeet, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for talking. So yeah, I want to see this thing. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's cut to that. All right, and we're back still at the NSM 2024 for JB&A, and I'm here with Jordan Prickett. We're actually going to dive into Panopto right now.
That's right, yes.
This is awesome. Very nice. I can't wait to see it. So yeah, show us what you got.
Of course. All right, so following from what Gurjeet was talking about with our different customer bases, first I'm going to take a perspective of the corporate, a employee, or maybe a student at an institution finding knowledge within the Panopto library. So at the top here, I'm just going to search for a term. I'm going to look for benefits because I want to understand the benefits of this new organization that I've joined. And what Panopto is doing is looking through every video within the library and finding the spoken word, or any time a term was written out on screen through optical character recognition, and indexing it. So that I don't have to start at the beginning of a video, I can start right at the point of the video where the information that's useful to me resides.
Nice, that's amazing.
So I just search for benefits here, and I'm going to click on my benefits plan. And this will launch Panopto's viewer, and it will start playing at the point in the video where the content was created.
At that specific timestamp. Oh, that's
exactly.
Amazing. Nice.
And what you'll notice here is that we've actually pulled in this video from WebEx. It could have been from Zoom or Teams. Any of the unified communication tools that your organization or institution is already using can automatically be sent to Panopto for that great indexing and discovery.
That's amazing. So you're not necessarily locked in to the Panopto platform to be the creation point of the content itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Panopto has content creation tools. We have software-based recorders. We also work with fantastic manufacturing partners to create Panopto certified appliances that take the multiple streams that are being recorded from the devices and send them to Panopto. So see Panopto as a consolidation of all of these different media input sources.
Wow. So it sounds like you kind of want to then. you want to be as involved in the Panopto process as possible. That's amazing.
Exactly. And a few other things to point out here. If I click on the Contents tab within the Panopto viewer, I see an automatically generated table of contents that allows people to jump to the point in the video that's relevant to them. So it's not just through searching. You can also use a table of contents to really navigate around the video.
That's incredible. It's difficult. I've done it in the past where you're having to try to sort of pore over the transcription yourself to try to find that exact part. It's very difficult. So the fact that it's automatically generated for every video that it's in it, that's amazing.
That's right. And also like to touch on the captions area, where we are extracting the audio from the video, creating the transcript, and then it can be translated into multiple languages.
Wow.
So you can then search for different terms in the language that is suitable for your viewing.
That's amazing.
So another thing I'd like to touch on is Panopto's ability to schedule recordings. So we talked about using the software encoder to create content on demand. But through Panopto's scheduling, what we call remote recorders, you can actually see the live stream of the input sources, make sure the audio is coming through, and allows you to schedule lots of recordings. So anytime that an institution or an organization wants to capture content at scale, they should look to use the remote recorder process, because you can schedule hundreds of classrooms from 9 to 5 every single day and have all of that content sent to Panopto, where it can then be viewed by the students or through by employees through their learning management systems or their intranets or wherever they go to find content.
Nice. I think that's one of the things that I've seen a lot is educators that are not necessarily super tech savvy. They still want to, potentially have their lectures captured, but if you have to go too much farther than maybe a single button press or something like that, you've lost them.
Right.
To the point where they may, if you have that in classroom solution, they may not want to use it at that point.
Right.
But in this case, to be able to say, it's like, don't worry about it, just come in and teach. Don't worry about it. It's already scheduled, it's already recorded, and available instantaneously. So instead of having to say, well, I recorded all of my lectures now I have to go up and upload them, to say that they're automatically uploaded already, that's amazing.
And actually take it a step further by placing the videos that are related to the course into the correct area within the learning management system.
Wow.
So as an instructor, I truly just walk into the room and I start presenting, and that content is being automatically recorded through one of our certified appliances. It goes to Panopto, where we transcode it and make it available on all devices and add that layer of discoverability. And then we place it into the final destination so the student can watch it without me having to do any administrative tasks.
That's amazing. I think it's another thing too, that it's like sometimes students can say, it's like, well, I didn't know where the video was, or I didn't know the exact, information, or it wasn't there, so I didn't see where it was. That it's like, if it's already there, available in the exact place that it's supposed to be, ready with the transcription, ready with the table of contents, it's like, it gives students and teachers the tools to be able to, for the teachers to be content creators, but then for the students to be the ultimate sort of content consumer and learner in that case.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd like to take it one step further by completing the loop here, which is understanding the analytics of the content that's within the platform. So this allows people to see how valuable is the content, who's watching it, how long are they watching it for, where are the points in the video that are most interesting. So what I've done here is pulled up Panopto's analytics platform, where we can see the different views on different days. And as I scroll down, you'll see a breakdown of which folders received the most views and on what time they were being delivered. So what I'm going to do here is dig into our showcase videos, and we'll see a kind of deeper look into the dashboard, where now we're looking at not all of the videos within the platform. We're looking at the individual videos that are related to maybe that course or to do with the HR team's videos. And so we can get very specific in understanding who's been watching what content and for what period.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's the other thing about videos that, and a lot of customers are very curious about what the analytics are, the retention rates, things like that. And it's like, and I assume that you're able to, generate some sort of reports to be able to see exactly who's watching the types of videos that are within your LMS.
That's right. Yes,
okay.
You can export reports on a scheduled basis. You can also integrate the reporting data into other services if you're using data visualization tools to really make the most and understand the most out of the viewing behavior that's occurred with the content that you've created within Panopto.
That's great. Yeah, and I think that's the other thing too, is that certain students might, you're able to see whether they're falling behind, whether or not they're excelling, how far they're getting through. If you say it's like, well, the reason why you have a C is because you haven't watched all the videos, and I know, here are the receipts. That's great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good point. So we talked about the viewing experience, we looked at searching within the library and the analytics. I would just like to come back to our remote recorder process and looking at how to schedule videos within Panopto. So I'm going to pull up our remote recorders again. And if I select on, say, the Epiphan Pearl Mini, here's an example of a live video feed that's being delivered with both a primary feed and a secondary feed. And the great thing about using these certified appliances with Panopto is that we're capturing each individual video feed separately.
Wow.
So it allows for the viewer, when watching the content, to really focus on the thing that's most important to them.
Wow.
I might like to see the slides, somebody else might like to see the presenter, somebody else might like to see a different camera angle. And so we're empowering the viewers, or the person who's watching the content, to really see it in a way that fits their own learning style.
Is there a limit to the amount of cameras that can be added?
The limit is really the machines you're using. So depending on the local resources, how many capture cards you have connected, or if you have USB devices or others, we do have a way of essentially synchronizing multiple recording options, but keep in mind there's one primary and one secondary being displayed at any given time. So while you might have 5 secondary sources, the viewer's really going to be watching 2 feeds at any time.
Sure.
But I've tried watching more and it becomes pretty difficult to do.
Kind of crazy, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get that sort of sports book look, where it's like you're trying to focus on 5 games at the same time. But I think that's really interesting too, that it's like I think that's probably very unique to Panopto, to be able to have that type of functionality of 2 completely separate but connected video streams at a time. You know, I think that's amazing.
That's correct, yeah. And from both the Panopto's primary viewer and our embedded viewer, you can still switch between the different video feeds, and you can place that embedded content into the destination that your viewers are going to find content, whether that's a intranet site or a learning management system.
Is it fully mobile friendly as well?
It is, yes. We have apps for both iOS and Android, and so you can optimize and you can download videos on those devices and watch them in maybe locations when you don't have network connectivity.
Well, I think that's the other thing too, is that there's an issue with sort of not just meeting, you know, like in a corporate sense, there's meeting equity, but I think at the same sense with you know, in EDU, there's education equity, to be able to say that it's like to somebody that maybe doesn't have a laptop, maybe they don't have a tablet, you know, maybe they don't have a desktop computer, but they have their phone, to be able to say that it's like, and you, just like everybody else, can watch the lecture, but then also be able to click a button and look at the PowerPoint presentation at the same time, or whatever that second feed may be, and then flip back all within your phone. That's incredible.
Yeah, it also includes things like interactivity. So we have first-party quizzing that you can respond to from your mobile device, from a tablet, or if you're on a web browser as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's fully featured. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for showing this. I think, again, I know I've said it several times now, but I think it's valuable for everybody that's watching to be able to know that it's like, yes, Panopto is, you know, specifically aimed at, you know, education, but then has a really wide breadth into the corporate, you know, internal communications aspects. But then the amount of features that are in this are just incredible, and specific to, again, just getting the most out of your video instead of just posting it and just maybe hoping for the best in that case. That's incredible.
Right.
Jordan, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So if you have any questions about this or other Panopto appliances or products or applications, don't hesitate to contact your JB&A sales representative. They would be happy to assist you and point you in the right direction. I'm King Friday. I'll catch you on the next one.